Hello, Barb Mason Nation. I'm coming to you live today to announce this thing I can't get out of my head. I've sat with it for a month, since November 5th. Some of you might thinking, oh, that was your birthday. But it was also election day. And so we woke up on November 6th, and all of us had different feelings. And I've been doing a lot of exploring with humans since then. And I'm learning a lot because what I've decided is I'm not going to do this like this anymore. And you might be thinking, what does that mean? I'm not going to do this like this anymore. And I would suggest it doesn't matter what I mean, but it might mean something to you. So think about that. If you said, I'm not going to do this like this anymore, and I started talking about the election, this would apply to all humans. And that's what's really interesting to me is, well, for me, the results of the election were not what I would have chosen, but they are what they are. And so not doing this like this anymore for me means to calm down and breathe and talk to people. And by that I mean all people, because here's what I'm realizing as I talk to people out there that I didn't used to in ways that I haven't. I've come to realize fear is fear, and nobody's fear is more or less better or more or less legitimate than another person's fear. So what I'm learning is during Democrat presidencies, Republicans, and particularly since Trump voters lived in fear. It doesn't matter for the purposes of this video what it is, it just is. And so I became curious because I thought, oh wow, for what we know to be more than half the country, those who voted for this president might feel less fear and more joy. And so that gets me curious about what that means to them. Think about that. Your fear is as legitimate as everyone else's, and your joy is too, for sure. So when I say I'm not going to do it like this again, what I mean is I'm not going to like I used to. I'm not going to cast judgments as I had been. What I'm going to do is be curious in ways I haven't before because I've been afraid to ask the questions. And now that I've quieted myself, I'm much more open to that, and you might be too. That's what this is about. I want to let you know that starting this week, meaning Friday the whatever it is, today's the 1st, Friday the 7th, maybe, I'm going to be starting to go live on Facebook for Oscars Hour. Worrying is thinking about things that will probably never happen. And what does that mean? Well, Oscar was my dad, and he had some of the most beautiful and simple life lessons, and that was one of them. Barbie, he'd say. Worrying is thinking about things that will probably never happen. So I'll be dedicating this time on Facebook, and I hope you'll come live with me. If you're my Facebook friend, you're always notified when a friend goes live. And I'll talk for a while because I'm talking to a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you what some of those conversations have been. And maybe you'll come with me, but it's not going to be a time to be nasty, and it's not going to be time to be snarky. Either way, come here because maybe you're looking to not do this again the same way you did it last time, whatever that means. So I think I'll go live Friday at 5 Central, or it'll be 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't know. But I hope you'll join me this Friday and for many more Fridays. And if it won't be Friday, it'll be another day. I'll let you know on Facebook. But it's really interesting, and it can be really calming if you want to calm down either way and stop othering and start coming together because you're the change you want to see. So join me Friday at 5 for Oscar's Hour. Worrying is thinking about things that will probably never happen. I'll be sharing some of the stories I'm hearing on the street as I talk to folks, and maybe you'll put your questions or comments or whatever in the chat. But if you're nasty, please don't come. Okay. See you live at 5 on Friday for Oscar's Hour.